Hi, family. I'm Stephanie Wade. I'm HYBASIA. I hope you enjoyed the new intro and everything, but I had to give y'all a thrill of the old intro too. All things are good. So anyway, how y'all doing today? Me, I'm fine. Not saying I'm not missing the motherland. I am. I miss the warmth. My friend that lives in the Gambia told me that it actually got a little cold there, that she had to feel like she had to wear a jacket anyways. So it's actually getting cold there too. So anyways, I don't feel as bad, but I do miss being a solo traveler. So that will happen again, just not today. So anyway, for you guys who like earrings, here you go. Here they go. This also means Sankofa. At least that's what I was told. If it means something else, y'all are free to tell me what's your take on it. Oh, that was a cooperative economics earrings from Kwanzaa time. My hat, made by a sister in Houston, Texas, cooperative economics. I like the color purple and gold because I was a ball high tour, and that was our school colors. So that's what I have on today. Just a plain old knit hat. And I can't wear it that often because it's not cold enough. So I'm happy when I can wear it too. My necklace, just a plain old cooperative economics necklace too, with the ankh, which represents the female aspect of God, or when God was a woman, the goddess. Life, that's the uterus, and the male phallic symbol merged together. That's eternal life. And as long as people be people, they'll make more people. So anyway, guys, I got a plain old jacket. I like this jacket, well, especially when I travel. Just a regular old blue jean jacket, shirt, regular old shirt. I just Africanized my clothes a little bit. I don't always have African clothes on, contrary to popular belief. Oh. And my tennis, or the Jamaican tennis, that's from Nagas shoes. I'll put it in the description. But here's my shoes. I love these shoes. They like some of my favorite shoes. They have the little Jamaica design on it. I don't know if y'all can see all of it, but the color is there. The people in the Gambia just love these shoes, wanted to take them from me because they were of Caribbean descent. They figured I shouldn't wear Jamaica tennis if I wasn't of Caribbean descent. And the Caribbean was the Middle Passage. Most of the enslaved Africans passed through there to get taught how to be a slave. They were conditioned there. So I'm sure my ancestors passed through there too. I know definitely they passed through Haiti. But anyways, cooperative economics bracelet. See the colors? I don't want to swear to who I bought it from, but it was doing cooperative economics in Houston. And this bracelet, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where I got it. Probably from an online Indian store because it's silver. And I used to buy a lot from them. Lots of native stores online. My Sankofa bird, got this at Shrine of the Black Madonna, cooperative economics. And when you read the bottom, hope y'all can read it. If you can't, I'll read it for you. It says, made in Ghana, Sankofa bird. Symbol represents remembering where you come from despite your success. Don't forget your past. And in some cases, we don't feel like it's a success. It's just because of circumstances beyond our control. Hundreds of years ago, we were forced to lose our culture. Now we're going back to get it in the motherland. I do collect books. This is one of them, Igbo English Dictionary. And of course, that's Nigerian, the Igbo people. My husband at the time is Igbo. I don't know if he speaks his language anymore to anybody or not. I don't know. He's very Americanized. But my son, Anyama, is the one who uses that one a lot. You know, I like ceramics. And that's one of my hobbies. I have a kiln. That's a ceramic kiln, y'all. And I made this. And yes, it does say Yah, which is what I call the creator. And I signed it because I believe all artists should sign their work. But it's one of my favorites. I don't know what I'll use it for, but I just think it was so cool. I looked it up online, the pattern I used for, you know, and it was so simple to make in the kiln. So I just wanted to see, could I reproduce the photo that I saw in online. And I was so lucky that, yeah, it did come out right. I think I used like some type of glue to hold on the little glass sickles. It was like little thin strips of glass to lay on the other glass. And I just kind of tacked it on at first. Then I put it back in the kiln for it to slump. So it was at least a 2-time process to create that one piece. I love the way it turned out. And as for me collecting, I also collect dolls, y'all. I got this in Oklahoma, believe it or not. Probably Muskogee, Oklahoma, in one of those antique-like shops where you can find all kind of things. And I know this doll, which is a cloth doll. And you see how she had her little braids and how they was little ribbons, little rag ribbons, like the children of the day. And of course, they was going around with their babies or their siblings or whoever they were supposed to be taking care of, because she's young, and this doll is a young doll, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't her baby. Because back then they had people procreating that was too young to really, in all righteousness, be procreating, but they had breeding farms. My cousin Lyle researched our family, and on my paternal side, he knows definitely we were bred on a farm. I don't know what they was breeding for, to make you stronger or cuter or what. I don't know. But anyway, I like her little skirt and her little apron and her baby. I can't resist Madonna and Child, so I got her. She was not very expensive at all, y'all. I couldn't resist buying them. When I asked the lady how much, she told me, and I just bought it with no argument. Maybe it was $5 or so. I don't know. I hope y'all not hearing too much noise, but as y'all know, I record as I'm motivated, and when I come outside, since it's unscripted, Sometimes my neighbors decide that's when they want to cut their grass or renovate their house or whatever. I didn't notice them renovating their house, and I didn't know they was going to cut their grass. So if it's some noise in the background that bothers y'all, I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk loud enough and clear enough where y'all can still understand and know this is live, y'all. For me, it's a live recording. And this is one of my favorites. You see how she's pounding that seed? She's pounding something. And it reminded me of the ladies in the motherland, only the part that's standing up is going down when you're making like yams. You know, when you're pounding yams, it would be that other side. So maybe she switches sides according to what she's pounding. But she's an indigenous person. But see how she look like she got an afro, y'all? And she got her head wrapped. I don't know about y'all, but hey, it look kind of like what I wrap my head sometimes. I just believe that we had African retentions, whether we was emerged into the indigenous people that were already here, that we did have intercultural exchanges going on. I was talking to one of my friends, the same one in the motherland, about identity issues. And growing up in the diaspora, everybody seems to have these identity issues. I know growing up, like I said, my grandmother thought we was what? Indians. What kind of Indian, mother? I don't know. Just Indian. We were conditioned to believe that Africa was a terrible place and that we shouldn't want to go there and to fear people from there. And we were ashamed to admit that some of the times we looked like our rapists because our poor ancestors, since they were enslaved, they had no control over their bodies. So sometimes things happened, y'all. And so instead of saying I got the long hair from this European demon, you'll say, I got Indian hair. You know, I got Indian hair. It's Indian, y'all. I remember talking to my grandmother when I was a little girl at a funeral in Louisiana. And the ladies looked Caucasian. Hold on for a second, y'all. Sorry about that interruption, y'all. It's not scripted. So anyway, I saw these two women that look Caucasian to me. And I asked my grandmother, Mother, who's those white women? And she said, they're not white women. They're your cousins. They live in California. They pass for white. But whenever it's a funeral, they come back to Opelousas to the funeral. So that was that. So that's what I knew about people that's passed because of how they looked. I'm not judging them because back then, we were treated as subhuman if you wasn't looking like a European. So if they could make their life bearable by being treated as a human being, I'm not mad at them. So anyway, moving on. When I was a teenager, I would hear James Brown would say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And I did all kind of reading about African history and all of that stuff, you know. I saw Malcolm X on TV. and Martin Luther King, and I was so proud of them, and I was wishing that I could be as strong as them. And I had my big, gigantic afro like Angela Davis. And all I could think was, power to the people, you know? Power to the people. And my grandmother was saying, we not Africans, we Indians. Well, I did all kinds of DNA tests to prove her wrong. I even did a special DNA test to see if you had indigenous DNA. That DNA didn't even show up any of the indigenous in me. They'd already had warned me if I had African ancestry not to take the test. But in honor of my grandmother, I took it anyway. And now with Ancestry.com and 23andMe, it's actually showing me the 1% to the 1.5% DNA that is indigenous, meaning at least 1 to 2 people in our family, 4 or 5 generations back, was an indigenous person. But it's all about identity and how you see yourself, you know? Doesn't matter what the DNA says. The majority of me is African. I feel like African 100% of the time because growing up in America, they had the 1 drop rule. So 1 drop of African made you African, and that was that. So I didn't have any temptations to pass for anything else because of how I look. And it was a blessing having people like James Brown in my life, even if it was on a record. I self-indoctrinated myself. I played Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud so many times that no matter what anybody said, I could say it loud. Hold on for a sec. Well, guys, it's turned into coffee conversations while I'm waiting on these crazy neighbors. With identity, lots of it is cultural. Some of it is actually even cultural retentions. Some of it was oral tradition. Some of it was written down. Thanks to some of my relatives writing things down, particularly on my paternal paternal side, they actually kept good records. And so we can trace our ancestry way, way back in American history when we was first brought over here. As one of my DNA cousins say, all roads lead to Louisa. So, Virginia, I claim my dad as Gullah Geechee because of the DNA of my cousin Lyle being like 94% sub-Saharan African, with my son being 97% African, and his father being 100% Igbo, Nigerian. So, identity is influenced a lot by what happens to us in our life, what's happening in the world, what's happening in our own world. I call myself naming my children. My husband actually named them, and my mother-in-law, because our rule was, if it was a girl, I get to name them. If it was a boy, I name them. And by all means, I wanted them to have Nigerian first names, period. I mean, I would have named a girl, but out of the names that my husband would have given me, because I wanted our children to have names that match. So if you Igbo last name Wade, you need a Igbo first name. You could have whatever kind of middle name. It didn't matter because not everybody calls you your whole name all the time. So that happened. So we had 3 sons, so I didn't get to name anybody. My first granddaughter has my middle name, Faja Anwale. She was supposed to have that as a first name, but you can't control other people's kids, so I guess that'll have to do. My children are not that attached to the motherland. They don't act anything like me. They act more like their father, even though they didn't really grow up by him. My grandchildren, on the other hand, are wanting to go to visit, and they're adults. So hopefully soon they'll go on a visit with me to the Gambia and to Nigeria. And they get to meet their grandfather's people, as well as meet our Kora relatives. I'm glad I did a Sankofa and was able to go back to the motherland and connect by just researching the name Kora. One more thing. This is the sculpture that I made out of clay. There's the snake, and there's the tree. It's like that story in the Bible where you always see the snake at the bottom, the serpent as they call it in the Bible, the serpent in the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You know, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and the serpent at the bottom going, don't eat of that tree, because on the day you do, you'll know good from evil. Or maybe it was the Most High said it. And the tree said, and the serpent said, you'll be smart, child. Eat some of that fruit. Don't you want to be smart? You don't want to be a dummy forever, do you? And the woman said, you know, I don't really want to be dumb forever. I don't even know what dumb is. Let me just see. And she ate it, and she her eyes was open, and it's like, man, I think this guy needs to have his eyes open too. Here, baby, bite this. But God said no. Oh, please. And he bites a piece. They both find out they need some clothes. They're picking fig leaves and all kind of leaves, trying to make them some clothes. Anyway, y'all, it's just all a matter of how you see things. I personally, I love my history, the part that I consider good. I don't identify with anybody that forced themselves on my African relatives. Nobody has a choice that's enslaved. So I don't want to hear that they wasn't rape business. It's all bull crap. If you cannot say no, it is what it is, y'all. I'm glad they survived, so I can tell y'all the story. Me, the Creole Grilltess, Stephanie Wade, telling y'all the story of identity and how I see myself, and how hopefully have y'all thinking about how y'all see y'allself. And hopefully learning to empathize with other people on them having confusion on how they see themselves. I don't think anybody should choose somebody else's identity. You don't know their story. And you can't feel how they feel, because somebody is biracial or multi-ethnic or whatever. That shouldn't be a reason for somebody to treat them badly or talk about them in a negative way. You don't know a person, but you're judging them by who their parents are, or who their parents aren't, or their skin color, that colorism stuff gotta go, y'all. It has to go. If my mama was high yellow and my daddy was dark chocolate, both good looking though, both good looking, and did wonderful stuff, both of them. My dad is so smart, and my mama, craftsy, really, craftsy. So I'm a mixture of the two of them. And even when I wasn't raised with my daddy, I was still acting like him anyway, once I found out all of the cool stuff he did. So, is it nature versus nurture? I don't know, y'all. I really don't. All I know is that my ancestors live inside of me because their DNA lives on inside of me. And I have this searching, this need to go to the motherland. And I feel so at home when I'm there. And I was talking about the motherland today, and I was saying going back home, y'all. Going back home. I feel like I have two homes. My ancestors was here for 400 plus years, y'all. And 400 plus years, you do a lot of bonding, especially when folks is having family members that you love. I'm telling you, as I've said in other videos, I love my Africanness, but as for me, thinking I have to prove how much African I was, or y'all thinking, whoever thinking I'm not African enough or black enough, it doesn't bother me. Because I'm me, and I'm not going to ever treat somebody in a negative way because of who their parents are or the color of their skin. It just ain't cool, y'all. It's just not. I'm not the one. Not for that, I'm not. I love the majority of everybody. And I will not treat you wrong. It's just I want to be treated equally. That's it, equally. I love being in the motherland because, yes, I look like my people there. I'm in the majority. I like that matrix where I'm in the majority. The paradigm changes from when I'm here and I'm in a minority. I don't like the paradigm shift when I'm in a minority because the power that I have seems to escape me when I get off the plane here and I become invisible to a lot of people. And when I'm in the motherland, people see me, y'all. They see me. I don't even have to do anything. And it's like, oh, I know you. You're HYBASIA. You're Stephanie Wade. Well, y'all, I don't need people to call me by my name all the time or know me as a YouTuber, but it's nice to not be invisible. So hopefully you guys will treat people like you want to be treated, no matter what color they are, no matter who their parents are. If they consider themselves a brother or sister, treat them as brother or sister. Nobody shouldn't have to prove how much a brother or sister they are to fit in. That's not cool, y'all. It's not cool. And anyway, I love all my relatives. I don't care what color they are or what they identify with. That's their business, you know. If I have to wait to see them at a funeral, okay. But anyway, I learned to accept the things I cannot change, and I try my best to change the things that I can. I agape love each and every one of y'all. I hope y'all research y'all's own histories. If you have elders in your family, stop. Sit down with them. Ask them to tell you stories and record those stories. Those are important. Don't let them be buried with them when they go. Keep those stories. You know, they're important. Pass it on to your children and your other relatives and the world. We all deserve to hear your stories too. You can leave your good comments down below. If you want to say something sarcastic and nasty, keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear that. Whether I'm in the motherland or here, I'm trying to enjoy the rest of my life. I'm living it like it's golden. And I do not want to hear no negative crap. I'm just like in that movie. Don't tell me no bad news. Don't tell me nothing negative. I don't want to hear that, you know. So anyways, until next time, y'all. Peace. Peace. Power to the people. And I'm out, y'all. Bye.